Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's City Council meeting. We're certainly pleased to have everybody here. Today is Tuesday, January 13th, and to start off our City Council meeting, we want to introduce you to your City Council.
Council members Erickson.
Here.
Erpenbach.
Here.
Jameson.
Here.
Karski.
Present.
Kiley.
Here.
Rolfing.
Here.
Staggers.
Present.
Anderson.
Thank you. We start our meetings in Sioux Falls with an invocation, and we're very, very blessed to have Minister David Kramer of All Souls Unitarian Universalist Church here in Sioux Falls. What we'd ask you to do is to stand for the invocation and then remain standing for our Pledge of Allegiance. Minister David, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. Hello, everyone. Thank you for inviting me here to offer a blessing and invocation. Blessings convey power. They flow from a position of strength to a position of becoming, from parent to child, from God to humans. To my way of thinking, this community really is in that position of becoming. We are growing into ourselves. But I have no power to give other than the power that is already in this room. It is the power of the dedication of all those who are assembled here, of the inspiration that brings you here, and of the collective strength of your deliberations. Knowing that which is within you, please join me in blessing and prayer. Living Spirit, we stand in awe of all that surrounds us, this beautiful planet, this great land and its people, this thriving community. We know that with these gifts comes responsibility to be good stewards, to be ever mindful, to care for one another. We ask for wisdom in our decision-making, that each voice be heard and that our voices together be strong. No one of us is as good as all of us. We are grateful for this chance to serve, for the gift of human community, for this good earth. Let us learn to live in peace. Blessed be. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Again, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the City Council meeting tonight. I do have two pretty powerful proclamations that I'd love to read tonight. I'm going to start. Colleen, would you mind coming forward? I'd really appreciate it. This is a special one. And Colleen, would you first just introduce yourself, and then can we bring Pam up too, please?
My name is Colleen Moran. I'm one of the assistant city attorneys. But prior to working for the city, I was very fortunate to work with Pam Teedy at the Minnehaha County State's Attorney's Office. Pam's going to retire on Friday after serving the citizens and residents of Sioux Falls and Minnehaha County for 37 years.
So with that in mind, Pam, would you please come forward? Paul, would you mind coming forward too? Thank you. Pam, thanks for being here tonight. We appreciate it. And on behalf of the city, I do have a proclamation I would like to read on your behalf, please. The proclamation reads, whereas Pam Teedy has worked for 37 years as a deputy state's attorney for Minnehaha County. Whereas in that capacity, Pam has served the community by protecting children and ensuring that children have a safe and healthy environment. Whereas through her work, Pam has touched the lives of thousands of children and families. Whereas through her work, Pam has not only helped improve the lives of children, but has also made our community a safer place. Whereas Pam has continually demonstrated a dedication and commitment to her profession and to the children of our community. Whereas Pam has always gone above and beyond what is asked of her, because she is committed to excellence and to her calling as a protector of children. Whereas Pam's service to this community has enriched the lives of all those whom she has worked. Now, therefore, I, Mike Huther, the mayor of Sioux Falls, I do recognize the contribution of Pam Teedy that she has made by her 37 years as a deputy state's attorney to the residents of this city. And I do hereby proclaim January 16th, 2015 as Pam Teedy Day in Sioux Falls, and encourage all citizens to express appreciation to Pam Teedy for her commitment to service. All 170,000 people couldn't be here tonight to do that, Pam, but we do have a very, very proud group of counselors, a proud group of citizens and scouts, and we're here to cheer you on. So with that in mind, let's do it. Colleen, that was a great idea. Thank you. I've also got another special one, and Mark or Bob, would you mind coming forward, please, or both of you? That's fine, too. Take your time. Take your time. Thanks so much. Would you mind introducing yourself to the people of our town, please?
Okay. I'm Bob Harris. I'm the president of the South Dakota African American History Museum.
Hi, I'm Mark Blackburn, Assistant Dean of Students and Director of Diversity and Inclusion at Augustana College.
Mark and Bob, both, thank you for being here. The proclamation reads, whereas the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. dedicated his life to advancing equality, social justice, and opportunity for all. Whereas Dr. King's teachings can continue to guide and inspire us in addressing challenges in our communities. Whereas Dr. King shared his dream of a better future for all and brought that message to this town, Sioux Falls, in 1961. Over the years, his message has continued to inspire local African American residents. Whereas the South Dakota African American History Museum works to showcase the legacy of African Americans in the state. Whereas the public, that's all of you, you have an opportunity to participate in a weekend tribute celebrating the life and legacy of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. on January 17th, January 18th, and January 19th, and pay tribute to the lessons learned from Dr. King. Now, therefore, I, Mike Huther, Mayor of the City of Sioux Falls, do hereby proclaim the weekend of January 17th to the 19th as celebrating the life and legacy of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. in Sioux Falls. Folks, it's a 3-day celebration. It's a 3-day gathering. Everyone is invited. That's all of you. There's a variety of things that you can do. And Mark and Bob, we probably won't go through all of them here tonight. But with that in mind, again, invite everybody. And let's celebrate right now with this proclamation and get this started just a little bit. Thank you. Well, thank you all. We do want to introduce a group of folks here tonight. Councilor Urbach had the opportunity to engage these young leaders, along with the parents and the leaders that are inspiring them. And Councilor Urbach, why don't I let you introduce this group?
Thank you. It's my honor to introduce Boy Scout Troop 48. They're sponsored by the Sertoma Club. Gentlemen, stand, please. They're working on their citizenship badges and a variety of other things and participating in the local government process. We're proud of you. Thank you for being here.
Councilor Urbach, thank you. We'll now continue this meeting with our consent agenda. Council, any motions, changes? Councilor?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I'm not going to pull any items from the consent calendar, but there's one item on there I thought the public should be aware of, and that is we are appropriating some money for tasers for the police department. So we're focusing on some non-lethal devices right now, so that's good.
Thank you, Councilor.
Move for approval, Anderson.
Second, Erpenbach.
Councilor Anderson Jr. has made a motion to approve the consent agenda, seconded by Councilor Erpenbach. We did acknowledge the investment of the tasers by Councilor Staggers. A roll call vote, please.
Council members Erickson?
Yes.
Erpenbach?
Yes.
Jamison?
Yes.
Karski?
Yes.
Kylie?
Yes.
Rolfing?
Yes.
Staggers?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
That has passed 8-0. Thank you. Now move on to our regular agenda. Council, any changes to tonight's agenda?
Move for approval, Anderson. Second, Karski.
Councilor Anderson Jr. would like to move this meeting forward with the regular agenda, seconded by Councilor Karski. A roll call vote, please.
Council members Erickson?
Yes.
Erpenbach?
Yes.
Jamison?
Yes.
Karski?
Yes.
Kylie?
Yes.
Rolfing?
Yes.
Staggers?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
That has passed 8-0. Thank you. Again, welcome to tonight's City Council meeting. We're certainly pleased to have you here. It's an opportunity for you to actually engage the council on really any topic that you want involving this city. All we'd ask is that you just come forward, introduce yourself to the people of our town, and then just go ahead and speak. We just ask you to limit your comments to 5 minutes or less. Folks, anybody want to engage the council? Well, again,
Right now.
Councilor Anderson Jr., did you want? Very good. Well, thank you very much. We'll now move on to item number 6.
First reading an ordinance of the City of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, rezoning property at 4805 East Linden Lane from the RD1 Twin Home Duplex Residential Suburban District to the C2 Commercial Neighborhood and Streetcar District, petition number 1960 to 2014, and amending the official zoning map of the City of Sioux Falls.
Excuse me. Good evening, Diane DeCoyer with Planning and Zoning and Building Services. The project before you is a request to rezone 0.74 acres from the RD1 Twin Home Duplex Residential District to the C2 Commercial Neighborhood and Streetcar District for allowed forms. The applicant is Gerald Berg. The property is located at 4805 East Linden Lane, which is a frontage street to East Arrowhead Parkway to the north and South Gordon Drive to the east. Mr. Berg also rezoned the property to the west here a couple months ago. The property has also been previously zoned as C2, and then when Shape Places took effect, because it was non-conforming and there was a house still existing on it, it did get zoned back to RD1, so he is here today to get that corrected. With future development on the site, the applicant will be required to provide a level C buffer yard due to the existing RS zoning to the south and east sides of the property. This buffer yard includes a 30-foot setback with a 4-foot high berm and 40 units of landscaping per 100 linear feet. The buffer yards are required to alleviate any potential incompatibilities and help provide the proper transitions between commercial and residential uses. The north and west sides are adjacent to commercial property, therefore buffer yards are not required. Because the application is consistent with the Shape Sioux Falls Comprehensive Plan, planning staff and commission recommend approval for this rezoning. On this slide here, you can see what is colored in the upper right. That is actually the property we're talking about tonight for the rezone. He had previously rezoned the property there to the west, as I indicated. This is just a conceptual site plan. He's looking at possibly doing a couple of retail or office buildings to the north and possibly some storage units to the south. He would have to come back and rezone those 3 parcels if he decides to proceed with this. I could answer any questions you might have.
Diane, thank you. Council, any comments or questions? Yes, Councilor Jamison.
Diane, the service road that's in front of the property, for both these properties, really, I guess, what happens to that? Is it going to be,
They are looking to get that street vacated, and they are working with city engineering on that right now.
thank you.
The other thing I want to note is this is our first reading. We've kind of expedited this a little bit since we've just had Planning Commission next week. We are asking for the second reading for next Tuesday, which would be the 20th, I believe.
Move for approval, Anderson.
Second, Rolfing.
Councilor Anderson Jr. Is setting that date of hearing and second reading for Tuesday, January 20th. Councilor Rolfing has seconded it. Any? No. A roll call vote, please.
Council members Erickson?
Yes.
Erpenbach?
Yes.
Jamison?
Yes.
Karski?
Yes.
Kylie?
Yes.
Rolfing?
Yes.
Staggers?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
That is passed 8-0. Thank you. Item 7.
Item 7 is an appointment, resolution advising and giving consent to the appointment of members to certain citizen boards. And if I may, I'll read those names.
Thank you.
Frank Adams, Annie Brokenleg, Robin Burgard, John Carroll, Robert Hodgson III, Langdu Akal, Sean Pritchett, Gayleen Reitman, Aaron Reitzma, all for the Affordable Housing Advisory Board, Ronald Helwig, Board of Museum Trustees, Jesus Ramirez, City Naming Committee, Angeline Lavin, Lon Tigler, Employees Retirement System Board of Trustees, and Mark Sievertson, Firefighters Pension Fund Board of Trustees.
Thank you.
Move to approve, Karski.
Second, Erpenbach.
Councilor Karski, thank you for making that motion, and Councilor Mbach, thank you for seconding that. Is there any discussion? A roll call vote, please.
Council members Erickson?
Yes.
Erpenbach?
Yes.
Jamison?
Yes.
Karski?
Yes.
Kylie?
Yes.
Rolfing?
Yes.
Staggers?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
That is passed 8-0. Item 8, please.
A report of the January 7, 2015 Notice of Transfer of Appropriations within Major Organizational Units.
Thank you. I know we do have some additional visitors. It looks like we have some students from USF here. Thanks for being here tonight, students. We appreciate that. Councilor Rolfing.
Yeah, just along that same vein, I heard a rumor that because it was so cold and the meeting was so short today that Councilor Staggers was offering double credit tonight.
Oh, well, I guess I hadn't heard that.
No, I know where the butter's bread's
But you know,
buttered.
since the meeting has been so short, we ought to reduce the extra.
Yeah, I figured that was coming.
Well, students, thanks for being here. Scouts, thanks for being here. Teachers, coaches, parents, leaders of our community, thanks for being here. We appreciate it. Council, a motion to adjourn? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Councilor Anderson Jr.
One other item, I don't want to be remiss to talk about yesterday's grand opening, ribbon cutting of the Bishop Dudley Center. I was lucky enough to be there and watch the actual ribbon cutting, and the Bishop bless the building. I just think that I want to say to the public that this is going to be a great facility to really combat homelessness, and bringing all of those entities together is something that I know that you worked hard on, and I just wanted to make sure that the public once again hears about this, and hope that the council will back things that will come out of that facility.
Councilor Anderson Jr., thank you. A motion to adjourn, or did we already do that?
No. So move, Anderson.
Thank you, Councilor Anderson Jr.
Second.
Seconded by Councilor Karski. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? This meeting is adjourned. Sioux Falls. Make it a great, great night.